In number 2, 4, and 6, we are to determine whether the function is a polynomial. If it is a polynomial, we are to state the degree of the leading coefficient. If not a polynomial, we are to explain why it is not a polynomial. And when we look at number 2, remember the requirement is that to be a polynomial, the exponents of each term must be non-negative integers, which allows us to include a zero integer. So negative 9 we could think of as negative 9 x to the 0, and obviously the 2x we could think of as 2x to the 1. So those both have non-negative integers, and so this is a polynomial, and its leading coefficient is 2, and degree is 1. Because remember, degree is just the largest exponent, and the leading coefficient is the coefficient of that term. And then on number 4, we're given f of x equals 13, and again we could tack on to that an x to the 0, so that makes this one a polynomial, degree 0. Wow, I suddenly can't write, sorry. Degree 0 and leading coefficient 13. And then on number 6, this too is a polynomial because both my exponents are non-negative integers, and our degree is 2, and our leading coefficient is negative 5. Then on this next one, we are to write an equation for the linear function satisfying the given conditions. And since it specifies a linear function, we should actually write this in function form, but you're going to do it the same way you always did. One of the reasons I wanted to do this problem was to show you the form I'd like for you to leave your answer in, but also to help you see that these points are simply points. So when we see f of negative 3 equals 5, we're really being given the point negative 3, 5, so this other point would be 6, negative 2. So, of course, no matter how we write the equation, we're going to need our slope. So we put the 5 here, the negative 3 here, minus in the top and the bottom, and then a negative 2 in the top, and a positive 6 in the bottom. And so the minus negative at the top makes that positive 7, and the denominator is negative 9. So if we use point-slope form, and I'll use the first point, y minus 5 equals negative 7/9 times x plus 3. And then since it does say function form, we should write that as f of x equals negative 7/9 x plus 3 plus 5, to make sure we have it in function form. And then we are to graph this, and I want to demonstrate for you that the form of the equation is really kind of irrelevant as long as you know a point, and we'll plot the point negative 3, 5 first, and its slope, which was negative 7/9. So from that point we simply count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to the right 9, which puts me over here. Let me double check that. That should be it. And then we grab a straight edge tool and graph our line. See if I can get this to line up on the first try. Probably not. I don't believe it lets me move it either. Nope. Let me try that again. I'll just go from dot to dot and then work backwards. And there's my line. Then we go to number 14, in which we are to match the graph to the appropriate equation. And if you look at your picture there for number 14, we have an upside down parabola in the C box, and then we have a, no, I say C box, in the box with 14 we have an upside down parabola, and then the one under 16 is an upright parabola, and then we have another upside down parabola. So when I look at my three choices, I see that 14 is the only one with a positive leading coefficient, and so, sorry, hang on, wrong tool there, trying to write with a ruler. And so, because we have an A of positive 3, we know we have an upward pointing parabola, and for the matching purposes here, that means we just need D. And then on, or we know that's the answer, D. And then on 16, and I numbered these wrong. This is 16 and this is 18. All right, so on number 16, we have an A of negative 2, which means it's going to be one of the upside down parabolas, but that doesn't narrow it down enough. And then our vertex has to be positive 1, 12. So when we look at our answer choices, that has to be F. And then we want to verify that number 18 matches with the final answer. And our A again is negative 2. And our vertex is negative 112, which does in fact correspond to the answer choice. Let me see if I can make that 2 where it's legible. To the answer choice C. And that's the end of this video.